Alright, Harlan, say some shit.
Somebody once told me that the world was going to roll me.
Sing that song with your normal enthusiasm.
With my normal enthusiasm?
Yeah, like, man, you're just so hyped up for Smash Mouth.
Somebody once told me...
There it is.
This movie's gonna flop, our minds about to pop.
But enough of that noise!
Time for the B-roll, boys!
Hello, citizens of Champion City. Welcome to another crime ensnaring episode of B-roll, boys.
There you go.
Cool.
I don't like crime ensnaring.
With me.
Wow.
With me are my fellow crime fighters, Harlan.
We started?
Hello, citizens. This sucks.
And hey, what's up? The Justin.
I wasn't prepared for this bit.
That was legitimately awful.
Holy shit.
That was like genuinely bad, but whatever. Let's keep
It was so bad, we're gonna keep it in.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
That was a
anyway,
strikeout where you fling the bat.
today we're here to discuss 1999's Mystery Men, directed by someone you've never heard of before. I don't even remember his name.
It was like
But-
Kinka Usher or something like that.
Something like that. This is the only thing he's ever done. He hasn't written anything. He's a camera operator in like 2 other short films, and then he directed this. Somehow, I don't know the story. I didn't look it up, but, you know, maybe that'd be a nice rabbit hole to dive down at some point.
Sure.
But anyway, so we look over the cityscape of Champion City, riddled with crime
It looks
around
like
every
Coruscant.
corner. Who's gonna save us,
It's a mystery.
man?
The engineer from Team Fortress 2. 'Cause that's what William H. Macy looks like.
So, Mystery Men, we're in Champion City. Basically, it's riddled with crime. It looks like a Blade Runner-esque city mixed with the Warriors. And there's just all kinds of super, like the shittiest X-Men you could possibly think of that's out there trying to fight crime.
Is it the X-Men, though? It reminds me of, like, the imitators in The Dark Knight. All the dudes that try to be Batman by wearing, like, hockey pads.
Yeah, that's true. There's only one
Goalie
actual,
outfits.
like, good superhero, Captain Amazing.
Well, he's like the Hammerman equivalent in this film, you know?
He kind of reminds me of Homelander from The Boiz a little bit.
Haven't read.
You guys are
slash
fucking
seen it.
dorks. I just thought he was Superman.
He's just like the most corporate asshole Superman you can think of.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, like, it
Just so
starts...
he's like normal Superman.
Well,
boring.
he's like the spider half of Spider-Man when he got separated by the isotope genome accelerator in issue 5 of Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man in 2018. Sorry.
That's great. So this movie opens... So this movie basically has the same opening as Batman and Robin. They look like a bunch of dorks.
I guess I'll just say, yeah, I was surprised at how much I liked this.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah,
It was
like
fun.
I had seen this when I was like, I want to say when I was like 5 or 6 or
A
something.
zygote.
And like all I really remembered was like that there was a guy who could only turn invisible when no one was looking. For some reason, that scene just stuck with me. I didn't really remember anything else about it, but
Yeah, you spoiled his arc.
I was surprised at how much I actually laughed at this.
I think all of us were kind of surprised how much we laughed at this.
I mean,
like,
I wasn't like busting a gut, but like yeah, I chuckled.
It was enjoyable.
I chuckled
It was-
pretty regularly, you
yeah.
know, which is
I thought it was charming.
Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, really, I picked this because I remember watching as a kid. It came out when I was like 9 or 10, and when it came out, I had the VHS or DVD. I probably watched it like 200 times, and then I just never watched it again. So just in my mind, I was like, if 10-year-old me liked this so much, it has to fucking suck. So I
That's a
picked
good
it.
litmus test.
Yeah. So I picked it, and yeah, we just ended up kind of having a good time.
I feel like the things that we could shit on are so obvious and just a product of the time that's not even worth existing. Like, obviously the CGI is bad, but it's a
there's a lot of it.
low-ish budget movie in 99.
Yeah,
So-
true.
I mean, I expected to hate Ben Stiller going in, and I hated him coming out. I thought he was the worst part of the movie.
Yeah, he serves as like the one outcast character, but like a self-outcast character. I guess you're kind of supposed to hate him. His whole shtick is that he's supposed to get like super mad, but it's like not like the Hulk at all. He just gets mad, but he's also like a giant pussy.
But he's just a regular guy when he gets mad. Well, yeah, that's the thing is it's like so they meet the Invisible Boy, who again his thing is he can turn invisible, but only when nobody's looking at him. And like when he meets the rest of the mystery fellows, they like think he's just full of shit. and or they're like, dude, you can't help us, like you don't actually have superpowers. And I'm like, okay, so then what the fuck are you guys doing hanging out with Ben Stiller, who like also doesn't have any powers? Like, what is he doing here?
He's like Eddie and Ed, Edd n Eddy. He just kind of he talks really loud, and he's a try-hardy character, and that kind of makes him the unofficial leader. We got to go through our like Smash Brothers cast of characters here. So we've got Roy, Ben Stiller, whose power is nothing,
Mr. Furious.
and he basically does nothing throughout the whole movie except for be try-hardy and annoying.
You know that World of Warcraft video where the kid gets like really mad and shoves that remote up his ass?
Yeah.
That's basically
Yeah, that is Ben
that's
Stiller.
basically Mr. Furious in this movie.
He's not Mr. Furious isn't that based though. We've got what is it, Raja Blue?
The Blue Raja.
Blue Raja,
Yeah.
who is an American guy playing a British guy playing I guess an Indian character that flings forks,
Yeah, he doesn't throw knives.
like forks and spoons.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He's like the ranged character.
And he like always misses at first until he hones his skills.
And William H. Macy plays what's his name?
The Shoveler.
The Shoveler, yeah. Who looks like a cross between Bob the Builder and the engineer from TF2.
Yeah, so the movie starts with those three, and really, the Shoveler is really the only useful one. I mean, and that's just because he has a shovel. He can just smack
Yeah.
dudes with it.
He's got anything.
Well, he does like sweet spin moves with his shovel, you know. He's
He
pretty
did like a
handy.
Star Wars kid routine.
They did look pretty badass in that opening scene, right?
Well, and then they get their asses kicked.
So, like, this movie opens like it's Batman and Robin. Like, how they had, like, a party, then it gets crashed by, like, a team of goons that you haven't heard of, and then they come in to try to save the day, but they just fuck it up. This almost feels like a scary movie type spoof. But it opens up at, like, a party at, like, a nursing home, and they got this, like, random 50-year-old guy trying to hook up with these, like, 80- and 90-year-old, like, grannies in there.
Hell yeah.
And that's how the movie opens. It sets the tone for the whole thing. But then all of a sudden, like Mr. Freeze's gang, again like Batman and Robin, the Red Eyes bust in, and they're led by Artie Lang from the Howard Stern show. I don't know if you guys noticed that was him.
I didn't actually.
But
All
yeah,
right.
then our three original mystery men come in and try to save the day. And that's when we're introduced to the real hero, Captain Amazing.
Fart guy. Oh, I mean, yeah, Captain Amazing.
Was he amazing? It was Greg Kinnear. He's kind of amazing.
I mean, I don't know.
He disappears for a lot of the movie because he gets like captured by the bad guy, and then he doesn't show up again until like
Well, that's his own fault.
an hour. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I forgot about him until he
Yeah,
showed up
that's
again. I was
true.
like, oh yeah.
Well, because, I mean, really the basis of the movie is kind of about him, right? So, like, he's over-corporatized. He basically has, like, a Power Rangers version of, like, a NASCAR suit on.
Yeah.
He just has, like, all these sponsorships. And he's talking to, like, he has, like, an agent. And they're like, man, you gotta do more high-profile stuff, but you kicked everybody's ass. There's no more villains.
He's like the superhero version of Kiss. He's like sold out so
Yeah,
hard
exactly.
that he has to invent his own adversity in order to be relevant.
Yeah, and that's what he does in the movie, too, because his whole, like, idea is that, okay, I'll just release one of my famous villains from this insane asylum so I have somebody to fight.
Who's Jeffrey Rush.
Yeah,
And he's great.
surprise, kind of backfires. I do love that though. Like, it cuts from that scene, like when he goes to like get him released, and he comes in as like a billionaire Lance Hunt, but nobody realizes it's the same guy because he's wearing glasses.
Yeah.
I know that's like a tired old joke, but the way they do it, it was pretty fun.
The delivery of such was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Well, and he's also like reading like a speech to the council who are deciding if they're gonna let the guy out of the asylum, and like it's like a really impassioned speech, but then like you see from his point of view, it's just a grocery list.
Yeah, that was good.
And he's reading it so confidently.
Yeah.
And like later, the three original guys, they're having a conversation. Like a Ben Stiller, like he has a woke moment. He's like, I think Lance Hunt and Captain Amazing are the same person. And Shovel's like, no way. He wears glasses. It doesn't make any sense. He wouldn't be able to see if he took his glasses off. I don't know, William H. Macy just plays it so straight in this movie. It's pretty funny.
He's great. I honestly really enjoyed him.
I mean, really, you can enjoy everybody except Ben Stiller. His character's just kind of infuriating, ironically.
Yeah. I mean, well, I will say about Ben Stiller, like, I enjoyed, like, his deliveries in some instances where he like uses a common phrase but then like slightly fucks it up, where he's like, I'm a Pantera's box that you don't want to open. Like, that was funny, you know.
All right, that was
That's
good.
more in the writing than Ben Stiller,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
But after that, you know, he lets what's his name, Casanova Frankenstein, something like that.
Yeah.
He goes back to his mansion because I guess he just still had that lying around after being in prison for 20 years, fully kept up. But he
He didn't
blows
get
up.
repossessed by the government.
Yeah, he blows up the insane asylum that he was in. So Captain Amazing goes to confront him, and then he gets captured. Boom.
I totally thought that the twist was going to be that Captain Amazing is going there to like turn evil or become like a cohort with them. Like, here, you can fuck some things up in the city because I gotta look good, man.
Yeah.
But then, then he kind of just fucks off for most of the movie, and I didn't think that he was going to get brutally murdered
Yeah,
in like an Indiana Jones
exactly.
kind of way.
Because, like, I mean, after all that setup, the rest of the movie is basically just them trying to get a Avengers team together to go rescue him, and then just crazy, silly antics ensue.
Yeah, they get the kid that can only turn invisible when nobody's looking. They get the dude that has like long range 50 caliber farts.
Oh yeah, they go to a diner to recruit the Spleen, which is Pee-wee from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
And he looks like a leper.
Yeah, and that's just him without makeup.
He brought the movie down to at least 2 points for me. It was just
It's perfect. He was nothing but fart jokes. What do you mean?
I didn't think that. I totally thought, okay, this is going to be the super annoying part of the movie, and he didn't kill it for me as much as I thought he was going to.
every time he just showed up and just farted, I was like,
Okay, the random farts were a bit much, but when he was sniping people with the
Yeah.
farts, it was kind of funny.
I liked that.
Yeah, he's like,
You wish my power.
he bends
Pull
over.
my finger. He's like 7 meters away. I gotta adjust for air conditioning.
I don't know.
Come on,
He
come
played
on,
Sniper Ghost Warrior a lot.
come on, Harlan. You love the spleen.
I don't.
The spleen.
Spleen, 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 spleen,
Harlan,
spleen.
I
Harlan,
cannot join
spleen.
you on that.
Ben Stiller, but I'm just kidding. Fuck him.
Whoa.
And granted, I'm not the biggest connoisseur of Ben Stiller movies, but I feel like I've seen enough to where he has the same demeanor and everything.
Yeah.
He is very
And-
much Ben Stiller and everything he's in.
And it's like, if you don't like that kind of energy, then you're probably not going to like his performance in this. It's very similar to like in Dodgeball, but Dodgeball's probably what I've enjoyed him in most. I also haven't seen Tropic Thunder, which I understand is good.
That's my favorite of his movies, for
That's
sure.
most people's favorite.
Like,
Yeah.
what was that?
Well, it's just so good.
What was that movie? He did Bruce Almighty? No, that was
No, that wasn't Ben
he did
Stiller.
Evan Almighty. Evan Almighty was terrible.
He did Meet the Parents.
I didn't see Meet the Parents.
That's pretty good too. And
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
I didn't care for that one that much. Of all
I remember
the
we all went to see it at the movie theater, and we were all like, yeah, it was pretty good. And Justin was just sitting there like,
well, I mean, out of all the Forrest Gump-esque movies that exist, that was probably the weakest one I've seen.
It was
So,
like the most,
I mean,
I think we've talked about this on the show before, but I just thought that was like the most twee garbage I've ever seen. I
yeah.
fucking hated that. Like, I don't know why I just had like an irrational hatred of that. I walked out like annoyed that I'd wasted my time.
well, I know what I'm picking next time.
This movie was 2 hours long, and I don't think it had any business being 2 hours long. I mean, I'm not sure what I would cut, but I don't know. Just 2 hours felt way too much for like the kind of movie this is.
It
I
could have
would
been condensed a little bit.
Like 145 at most,
Yeah.
I think.
I'd say the last half hour is where it was starting to lose me a little bit. Like, I liked the climax, but the lead up to that, I was kind of like, okay, let's get on with it here. We're dragging ass.
Yeah, exactly.
The transition from the second act into the third was moving at like a tectonic plate pace.
Yeah, they try to establish a lot of stuff during the second act there, but like
Yeah, there's like Ben Stiller's like love interest, and then like
that whole
the
arc,
Shoveler's family, and
Yeah.
yeah, there's like a lot of shit going on.
then the Blue Raja's mom.
Yeah.
They really get interpersonal with the first three. Probably wasn't that necessary
Yeah.
when they're trying to build a team of like 9 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after they acquire the spleen into their party, I guess they get the idea to try to save Captain Amazing, so they hold like superhero tryouts, and we get some decent shit there. Dane Cook makes an appearance,
Yeah.
Honestly,
Gratuitous
okay.
Dane Cook sighting.
I liked Dane Cook when I was 14. All right.
I did too.
Yeah, I think we all did when we were 14.
I think I had the "I did my best" bit of his skit on my MP3 player in like 2007.
But I think it was kind of funny. He played a dude called the Waffler, and he just kept like burning himself with the waffle iron and moaning.
I read on the trivia page that he designed the costume himself,
Wow.
which his costume is just like a tank top with just like waffle shaped burns on it.
He just keeps burning himself with the waffle iron.
There's a lot of like one-off cameos I didn't expect. Michael Bay's in this.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
a frat
He
boy.
plays like a Chad.
He's the leader of the Chads.
I wanted him to have more screen time. He's only in there for like that one tiny scene. and
Yeah, he
then
doesn't have any
fucks off.
lines.
I had Invisible Boy is Kel from Keenan and Kel. Good Burger.
Yeah,
Solid.
Yeah, I caught that.
He's a dude.
And then who's the actress that played the bowler
That's
girl?
Janine
Garofalo.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, she's the only like person they got from the like 200 people that showed up at their tryouts.
From their open audition.
Yeah, but her backstory might be the coolest out of all of them.
In
Technically,
quotations.
yeah. Well,
As
like
cool as anything can actually be. In
her
this
dad,
movie.
yeah, her dad was a superhero, the Bowler, and I guess one of Casanova's lackeys killed him. But she has his skull and put it in a bowling ball, and like the skull can just fly the ball around. So really, she probably has the most lethal force of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just bashing dudes' skulls in.
yeah. I think that's our whole team. Do we miss anybody? That's our entire.
Well, except for the Sphinx. They mention
Oh,
the
yeah.
Sphinx. Invisible Boy mentions the Sphinx, and then they happen upon him like in an alleyway. And I can't remember his character's name, but it's the dude from Last of the Mohicans. And like he just speaks in like the most basic like metaphors ever.
Yeah, like everything he says is like, until you learn to control your rage will control you.
and he's
And
great.
It's just that like 20 times.
Yeah, like variations of that.
But then Ben Stiller points that out, and that was kind of funny. Yeah.
yeah. I said in his scenes that he looks like a quest giver,
Yeah.
like necromancer in any RPG.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. The Sphinx is based in Red Pilled.
Yeah, because he trains them.
He does.
He teaches them to kick ass.
And teaches them the so amazing costumes for the third act.
Oh, they get such a good drip.
They get a solid
I
ass
mean,
drip.
the shoveler alone just gets like bedazzled from head to toe.
Yeah, he does.
That's a glow up.
And Ben Stiller goes from a leather jacket to a leather jacket with flames on it.
It's edgy as fuck.
Can we talk about Jeffrey Rush's character?
Oh yeah.
I keep forgetting what the character's name is. but-
Casanova Frankenstein. Like,
and it's just Jeffrey Rush being fun.
yeah, his whole
He's-
like party is like disco themed, and it's just ridiculous.
I appreciated the disco element.
Yeah,
That was
great.
so awesome.
I mean,
He's got the greatest team of
I just
lackeys.
enjoy the Bee Gees, and every time these guys are on screen, they play the Bee Gees. So I was like, yeah, let's go.
He's got like a golden coke nail, and he uses it
Yeah.
as his weapon.
And they have like a Corvette limo. One of their confrontations was like they basically just vandalized their car, and like at the very end, the Blue Raja just takes a fork and like keys the car.
That was. I think we can all agree that was the funniest part of the movie.
I think that was the best part.
Yeah, we all laughed pretty hard at that. Him just like dragging a fork across this limo.
And, that's Hank Azaria, by the way, the dude on The Simpsons. Yeah. But
And Ben Stiller goes apeshit on the roof of the car and does nothing.
Yeah,
he
he's
tries
just-
to elbow in the windshield.
I thought that was pretty funny too. He's like raging out, but like he's like trying to like rip the like Corvette insignia off the hood, but he can't like get a grip on it.
it has like this epic shot of like going up above him while he's screaming, like
he's charging up.
powering up, and then he just falls down and starts beating it with his fists. Just not even putting a dent into it.
And Jeffrey Rush's performance when he pulls up to them, like, they're all basically ganking this car, and he rolls the window down. He's like, "Oh, hey there, I'll have a double with cheese." And starts acting like they're fast food workers. I'm like, okay, That's a power move. That's a put your dick on the table kind of thing.
And I wish I remembered his two lackeys, his two main lackeys. Like it's one of them's Eddie Izzard, and he has like JoJo hair. it's like 6-7 inches tall.
He looks like little kid Michael Jackson, but as an adult.
Yeah. And then he also has another dude that's like the most gigantic fro you've ever seen, and they're like always disco into the Bee Gees.
Oh, I meant that guy he looked like Jackson 5 Michael Jackson. The other one has like a giant Chad hair. It's like a giant dick growing out of his forehead. He looks a little bit like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys.
He's a disco unicorn.
And also looks like a JoJo character. I mean, they both do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess eventually they're just training up with the Sphinx, and they go invade Casanova's castle, Castle Nova, if you will.
I will.
And they manage to sneak in at first, and they end up killing Captain Amazing.
That was a twist I also did not expect.
I did remember that from when I first watched this. I was like, doesn't he become a skeleton or something? Like, don't they kill him? And then like he gets like very gruesomely like contorted and like blobbed into like a charred body. And I was like, yep, that's.
It's like a late 90s CGI version of the transformation from The Fly.
Yeah.
So it looks
Yeah.
fucking horrible, but
Yeah.
that just kind of contributes to how awesome it is.
Yeah, when he started turning into like soup.
What did you say this was rated? Because like it was pretty violent.
It's pretty PG-13. PG-13. They barely swear in it.
Yeah, they say
but,
like butt and crap the whole time, but then this dude just gets like disfigured and melted.
I mean, even at the end of the movie, when Casanova dies, he like falls into a machine, and I guess it does the same thing to him. But like his like face like splits in half and then like comes back together.
Yeah, it looks like a parasite.
I was like, damn, this is some splice shit.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has like that Indiana Jones energy, where you're like, oh man, this is an enjoyable, adventurous romp, and then suddenly
And
a
it
dude's face is melting.
And then it just becomes Immortal Hulk.
It's like, oh my god.
If this did remotely well in theaters, this could have been enough to like traumatize an entire generation, like Raiders of the Lost Ark did.
How well did it do? Do we have box office
It
info?
did shitty. I think it made like half its budget back.
What was its budget? Do you remember?
I looked it up before the movie. I want to say it was like 60 million, and it made about 30 back.
That seems high. I don't know. I guess it was 99.
I mean, it depends on how much money they were throwing at that CGI.
True.
There's quite a bit of it.
I guess not a lot went into the marketing of this since no one saw it.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't think that this was that bad. Like, I'm
Yeah.
kind of surprised that it bombed as hard as it did. But I mean, shit like Flubber was blowing up at that time.
Yeah, exactly. I guess I'd rather watch Flubber than Mystery Men.
Flubber.
Flubber.
Flubber. I haven't seen Flubber since I
It's
was
been
like
a
6
fucking
years
minute.
old.
It's been a minute.
Yeah,
Yo, let's watch
same.
Flubber after this.
It's Flubber. I used to watch that a lot too. Rip Robin Williams.
F.
F.
I don't even think I have a solid opinion of Flubber. I remember it so little. I think I watched it. No, I watched it when I was like 15.
It was great because it was another movie where Shooter McGavin was the villain.
I just remember that being like one of the trailers I watched a million times in the the Disney
Yeah.
VHS tapes I had.
Yeah.
It was like that and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
All right, well, anyway, so after they like disintegrate Captain Amazing, they infiltrate like the rest of his castle, and he has basically like warrior themed gangs. Like in his like big dining room, he's got like the frat boys. Who else were there? There was the furries.
There was like, I think they were
Not
like
the furries you're thinking of. But,
no, I think they were called like furriers or something like
oh, the
that.
the furriers.
Yeah. Because I remember I thought they said furries, but then I looked at the subtitles and I was like, oh no.
It's just like women in like furry bikinis that
yeah.
know kung fu, basically.
Yeah.
There were
Look
also
like they're
like
in
some
poodle
gangsters,
cosplay.
like like Italian mobsters kind of gangsters, you know.
The other gangsters were pretty great. They're like they basically just like busted out in rhyme, and like three of them like did like Dr. Seuss rhymes, and the fourth one was just like yeah.
He's got grills. Yeah, that was the best delivery of the movie. Was that yeah? That guy kicks ass.
Also based.
But yeah, I guess they fight those guys. And
They boy do they. Well, first they run back behind their disintegration wall thing, and then that's when Invisible Boy really shines.
well, he gets his one moment. Because I guess the movie's kind of trying to toy like, do these people actually have powers?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess aside from the bowling ball girl, but yeah, they're going in front of this like Jabba's palace sort of camera that will like vaporize anybody on sight. No, it like turns them to stone and then they disintegrate
They just
essentially.
fall apart, yeah.
And he's like, "No, I can do it. I can do it. Just I'm gonna turn invisible. Nobody look at me." And you totally think he's just gonna get brutally murdered, but it's like, oh, he actually does have superpowers, and then he does nothing else.
Well, question.
So
He turns invisible, right, when they all stop looking at him. I get like a Freddy Krueger moment. And he's going up to the thing to not get disintegrated. Why does his clothes just fall off? Was it implied that he took his clothes off?
I think
No, it's
so.
a-
yeah.
Because like, how would he?
no, it just
How
kind
would
of
he?
falls.
How would he undress that quick?
No, it falls through him. He becomes ethereal.
Well, then how did he press the button?
I don't know. I don't think the movie thought that far. I think it was just a gag to make him sit there naked.
It's like even he was doubting his invisibility. It's not like he's gonna have like Kitty Pryde control over it and be able to touch shit.
I don't think the movie
Sick
thought that
X-Men
far
reference.
ahead. I thought that they were just like, isn't it funny that he's naked and also
Yeah.
turned invisible?
And has a huge dick because a couple of them mention it.
Yeah, they're like, whoa, 2 hands there, son.
Please.
There's a couple of those like thrown in for the parents lines here.
Yeah.
They say Ben Stiller looks like a male prostitute.
Yeah. Exactly.
I got a smile out of that.
And while storming the castle, we get
And the
probably
Return of the King moment.
at least my favorite scene. Like the shoveler gets his time to shine.
Yo, he kicks
Yeah.
ass. He's like a Jedi.
He's fighting
Yeah,
one of
he's
the
great.
mini bosses and like a few of his henchmen in a hallway.
It's the
And
guy with
got,
the
like,
fro.
Yeah, it's got like epic music, and he's just like bashing them, doing all kinds of shovel
No,
shit.
it's playing
and,
like Bee Gees.
Well, yeah,
It's like an orchestrated version of a Bee Gees song. I forgot which one it was.
yeah, exactly.
But
It was epic,
Yeah.
cinematic.
yeah, well, I wanted to dance. I wanted to get up and I wanted to get my back up off the wall.
I like
get
how
down on it.
the shovel gets knocked out of his hand, and that's like his all his lost moment. But he's got a trowel as his sidearm.
Yeah, that was his Aragorn moment.
That was fucking based. I
That
loved
was.
it.
That was definitely the shoveler's best moment. Meanwhile, you got Frankfurter like in his coke nail fighting Mr. Furious. Oh yeah, and for him to like get up there on the balcony, like the Blue Raja just like throws forks into the wall for him to climb up.
Assassin's Creed moment.
He got really good at flinging those forks at the end there.
Yeah, he went from like Benchwarmer's level of accuracy to then he's
He's bullseye.
he is bullseye.
I never miss.
His Legolas moment, if you will. He is kind of the number 2 to Ben Stiller's Aragorn.
Yeah. Oh, Blue Raja's cool.
Blue
Do you
Raja's-
think he has like an endless quiver of forks like Legolas?
No, because he's stealing them from his mom.
Like, she gives him his special forks, like his great great grandmother's forks before they go on their last mission, their Suicide Squad mission.
I love her line. She's like, I was going to save these for your wedding, but that's pretty far off, obviously.
His mom knows.
So go put your helmet on and play with your friends.
She hears him screaming at Final Fantasy 14. She knows what's up.
I'm trying to raid, Mom.
God damn it! The FF7 remake is horrible.
Ooh. $60 for Midgar? What were they thinking?
Okay, you can have your forks, son.
Now take your virginity back to your room.
No, but for real, $60 for Midgar? Ugh.
Unbelievable. Let's talk about Final Fantasy 7 remake. So
Isn't Midgar like a quarter of the game? Or like less than that?
there's going to be like 2 or 3 parts for sure.
I really don't like that.
Yeah.
So it had, like for how long it took for it to come out after it was announced, I really wish it had just been one thing.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be collecting retirement by the time the last one comes out because I
Yeah.
want to just wait until all of them come out and play them all at once.
Agreed.
Wait for the inevitable like $100 collector's edition that'll take me like a work year to go through.
Yeah.
But
I-
they somehow drag Midgar out to like 30 hours. So
But anywho,
yeah,
as they're making their way downtown, they discover Casanova's real fiendish plan. I mean, really kind of boils down to like a James Bond plot too, because the thing that he used to disintegrate Captain Amazing, it was like a test run for like to do that to the whole city and just morph everyone because you know they're evil.
Yeah.
And evil.
As you
yeah,
do.
it's
wanna
just
watch the
destroy
world
the
burn.
city. Pretty standard fare.
Yeah, then you know they defeat him and they all go fuck their respective bitches and go away.
That's right.
Yeah.
As God intended.
That's right. And they are the super dudes. I mean, no, not that. The well, whoever these mystery men are.
Huh.
And then Smash Mouth plays again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
Again,
that,
yeah.
that All-Star plays twice.
Yep. 2 separate times in this movie.
It's the fucking credits opener.
Yo, Smash Mouth is all the way through this. It's
Smash
great.
Mouth
They like
cashed
really
in.
just couldn't help themselves. We were like, "Oh, dude, it's 98. We gotta play a Smash Mouth song.
Yeah.
Twice.
Let's do 2,
Like-
yeah.
They talk to their soundtrack guys like, look, I need a lot of Smash Mouth.
Bro, you hear that band Smash Mouth? They're blowing up right now.
I just
This
need,
is only
I
2 years
I,
removed from, or 2 years before Shrek.
as much as possible.
They
I
had a
just
good
need,
couple years.
need the audience to hear.
You start coming and they don't stop coming. Well,
Smash Mouth, Smash Mouth, Smash Mouth. Harlan, you're not joining in any of our rants, or chants, or
Smash
rants
Mouth,
tonight.
Smash Mouth, Smash. Okay.
Well, shit. I mean, do you guys have anything else?
Nah.
What would you give it out of 10?
Surprising. It's kind of hard.
I give it a 6.
I was thinking
Really?
6. I don't want to go as high as a 7. I think I'll stick with a 6. Yeah, it was enjoyable. Considering I went into this thinking that it was going to be a 3, maybe.
I'm
pleasantly surprised.
I'm really torn between a 4 and a 5 because
Did it
I
hurt?
did like pretty regularly chuckle throughout the movie, but it was did not need to be 2 hours, and also the farting. I'm gonna say a 4.
All right. What was your good thing?
I mean, I think I've said some good things, like the forking the car.
Yeah,
that was funny.
that was
you know?
good.
Smash Mouth.
I did think the opening looked kind of cool. I mean, it was like a Blade Runner, like Judge Dredd kind of city. I mean, it didn't look like the best ever, but like when you saw that as the backdrop, like behind like the shovelers' neighborhoods and shit, it's kind of cool looking sometimes.
Yeah.
It sounds like just a wacky kids movie feel to it. Like
Until it doesn't.
if I had seen this in '99, I probably would have been into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was all over it. So, and now it makes sense.
I would have been traumatized by the whole like face melting shit.
Yeah.
Which is funny because the rest of their weapons are pretty non-lethal. Like that's what the whole point is. They have this other guy that's like an engineer for them, and he makes them all this gear. Like there's a gun that makes people argue with each other. There's another one that
Makes their clothes super tight.
yeah.
That's how they defeated the Furiers.
It's supposed to be like a shrinker, and it's just shrinking their clothes.
Yeah.
And there's like it looks like I don't know, like an industrial can of something, but it's just a green tornado, and it looked like Son of the Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that guy was cool, making all kinds of nice gadgets.
He's basically their Q or their tinkerer.
Yeah, exactly. Do we have any trivia?
Got a little bit.
What mysteries are you gonna unlock for us today, Harlan?
Well, gather around, ye children. Listen to a tale.
Gathering.
Okay. According to Hank Azaria, the cast argued constantly with each other over the comedic tone of the film.
Huh. It's a weird thing to argue about being funny on camera. Just fucking be funny.
Since you guys mentioned Batman so much, a number of sets used in the
Batman.
film are the same sets used in Batman Forever.
Oh, dude. No wonder it had such a fucking shitty 90s feel.
It looks very much like that, and there's a very good reason.
All right.
Artie Lang, who has joked about the poor reception of the films he's acted in, considers this to be the worst movie he has made. After seeing his brief scene in the beginning of the film,
Yeah, he was in it for like 2 seconds.
After seeing his brief scene in the beginning of the film, his mother and sister called him from the theater to ask if he would have any more scenes because they wanted to leave.
Oh, man.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Poor Artie.
I just thought it was funny.
We've seen way worse than this. How is that dunked on this hard?
I know, right?
Like this is probably in the upper 20% of movies we've watched.
I mean, is this our bar? Like, this is good to us because we've just been watching just shit?
This very much reminded me of that movie Master of Disguise. You guys remember that one?
I saw that in theaters.
I saw it in theaters too, and I was like 5 when it came out, and I remember being very bored, and I asked my mom if we could leave the movie early because I was so bored.
Sounds like something you do now.
You were getting bored of movies at 5?
It was the Master of Disguise, man. It just wasn't funny.
I wasn't bored. I was pissing my pants.
Harlan, were you not turtley enough for the Turtle Club?
Haha.
That's all the trivia?
Yep,
Just that the actors hated each other and...
pretty much.
All right, awesome.
I just thought those were kind of funny. Funny
Okay,
little
so
tidbits.
Justin has been hyping up that he has a very mischievous pick all night, and I'm fucking dying to hear what it is. What?
All of like an hour ago.
What do we watch?
Watched it on Tubi. We're gonna watch BloodRayne from Uwe.
What the?
I've seen it.
I thought you might have.
I've seen most Uwe Boll movies.
That shit's got like a 4 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited.
I've never seen
right, if you're excited,
I've
I'm
never
excited.
actually seen BloodRayne. I remember one of my childhood friends had the game on original Xbox, and it looked like shit then.
Dude, the game fucked too. Oh, I'm in. Oh yeah, I'm ready for BloodRayne. Let's
I'm
do
really
this.
excited for BloodRayne.
I'm
Can I
going
say-
in completely blind. I have not even the slightest clue what this is, but if you're excited, I'm excited. So
I
let's do
think
it.
this might be my first Uwe Boll movie,
Oh yeah,
believe it or not.
He's like a German filmmaker that's notorious for making video game adaptations into movies.
Oh, great.
And they're fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And anyone that criticizes his movies, he challenges the critics to boxing matches and will fight them.
Yo, can we fight Uwe Boll?
Dude, what? Let's
we
do
probably
it.
could.
Let's go!
Next time on B-roll Boys.
Yo, we get into a fight. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, Uwe Boll. Flagpole, 3 o'clock. Be there.
Yeah,
Meet me on the tetherball court, nerd.
bring it on, Uwe Boll. Come on.
All right, next week is BloodRayne.
Yep, we're gonna fight Uwe Boll. Let's go. All right.
Next week. Farewell, citizens of justice.
Hold on. You dig on multiverses?
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
That's it. What, we some kind of...
B-roll Boys. A quick editor's note. Sorry, it was actually issue 2 of Amazing Spider-Man 2018 that the Isotope Genome Accelerator separated Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
Dude, shut the fuck up.